You know, Nicole, after hearing these talks, I find it so interesting that no matter what age, we all have to take care of our mental health. And one way by doing that is actually listening to music.
Yes, I definitely agree with you. I think that no matter what your age is, you are under some sort of environmental pressure and you have to learn to grow from it.
Exactly, you're right. There are many different ways that you can maintain your mental health so that you can either handle internal or external pressure and stress.
Yes, and making sure that you don't stress about things that you can't control.
That's an interesting point. I'd like to add to that by saying you just gotta enjoy life itself. Live your life every day because you don't know what could happen at any point in time.
For sure, agreed. We don't know what happens. Anyways, I think it's time to bring our next Power Talk speaker. Let's check it out.
Hi, I'm Gabby. I'm 13 years old and I am here with my dad.
I'm Raymond. I'm Gabby's dad. Gabby is our square root baby, meaning she was born on square root day. She was born on the day of, that's a square root, which is March 3, so 3-3. And this, if you square of 3 is 9, 2009.
No one wants to hear the math. I think Power Talk is different from many of the other Epic Gen programs because we got to have more mentors and we got to learn more things about how to be more confident, which we didn't learn before in the past. My topic is what happened after death, very emo, but I chose that topic because I would talk about it, I think, every night to my mom because I'm a curious person, and I think by making that my Power Talk, it was very nice because I got to explore the topic, I guess, or get my thoughts out. I've always wondered about this thing we call death, specifically what happens after death. A question we have yet to figure out. A question that always makes me curious. Like Christmas morning and it's finally time to open our presents. Or opening my lunchbox to find out what's my lunch for the day. But I don't know if I want to figure out the answer to this question. I'm scared about what will happen. Maybe we're like smoke that rises up to the sky, or raindrops that fall down from up high. It may be hot or cold there, bright as the sun or dark as the night. But those things aren't guaranteed. It's almost like we're flipping a coin to go to heaven and hell. And even though there's a 50-50 chance, what is this thing that we call heaven and hell? All I know is that we use simple adjectives to tell us what it is, like good and evil, pure and impure, beautiful and ugly. But even those things don't describe what I think heaven and hell is like. Nothing can describe what it's like. All I can describe is my feelings, my perspective, and my thoughts on this. No sadness, no pain, just beauty. Like untouched snow glimmering because of the sun. Those warm, beautiful sunsets that make you feel free. The smell of fresh baked goods baked by your grandma. The warmth of a hug. No pain or grief. No more being insecure and empty. But is that really beauty? I hope that I can still wake up in the morning knowing my cute dog is waiting for me downstairs, even though her fur gets all over my clothes. I hope that I can still cook my favorite foods and watch my family savor it, even though it leaves me tired. I hope that I can still wake up Saturday morning knowing I don't have to rush to school, even though I have chores to do. But most of all, I hope that I can still see my family and friends to feel their love, even though there are times we fight. Love and hate, joy and sadness, pleasure and pain, that's life. If we haven't experienced all those emotions, how would we know what beauty is? There's no answer to the question of after death, but I just hope it's as beautiful or even better than our present life.
Wow, Now that was good timing.
Right? We were just talking about that. All these Power Talk speakers make me reflect on my own life. Nicole, how about you? You work in the film industry. How do you handle the pressure?
I do. I handle the pressure by having daily talks with myself and doing affirmations. I remind myself to breathe and not let people's opinions get to me. I also tell myself that I'm worthy and I'm happy and I'm confident.
Wow, I really love that. And thank you for sharing that, especially because our last Power Talk speaker will actually be talking about self-love and perfectionism and how you can break down perfectionism itself. Let's see what she has to say.
Hi, my name is Gloriane. I'm 12 years old, and this is my mom.
Sheila. And we're here for
My speech.
Gloriane. She's the sweetest girl you could ever have. Gloriane loves to perform. She joins JDL and she's been to Epic Gen. And I guess joining Epic Gen shaped her a lot. She gained, with the Power Talk and with Epic Gen, she gained a lot of confidence.
My speech is about the idealism of perfection, and I chose this topic because a lot of my life I wanted to be perfect. I was really a perfectionist. In fact, in grade 4, I was so obsessed with perfection that when I got 1 mark off my test, I was crying at school. Nowadays, looking back on it, I can't believe I did that because it's so crazy to think that I'd cry over getting one thing wrong. And I think that really speaks to the growth that I've learned.
It's just incredible that I couldn't believe my 10-year-old wrote it.
Mom, I'm 12.
How do you feel, Gloriane? Are you ready to go on stage?
I'm really nervous.
Don't worry, girl. You got this.
Okay, Mom.
I'm gonna give you a good luck hug. I love you.
Ow. Now, life. Life can be stressful. Honestly, every day I can hear people saying things like, is my hair straight? Does my outfit look okay? Oh no, we're getting our test back. I better get an A. I need to get into this university if I want a good job. Our whole lives we worry about being so-called perfect, and not one, but all aspects of our lives. However, this is just not realistic. We shouldn't be expected to juggle everything in our lives with amazing straight A's, perfect best friends, and a great social life with gorgeous skin that magically glows. Instead, why can't we be free to make mistakes? If we ever want a world where everyone can be accepted, free of judgment, we need to get rid of this idealism of perfection. Most people think that you need perfect grades to get into college, or that they have to go to college in the first place if they want a good job. And this is not the case. In fact, some of the most successful people, like Mark Zuckerberg and Steve Jobs, were college dropouts. However, it's been normalized to only want high-paying jobs, and it doesn't help that parents are constantly pushing it either. I mean, really, tell me, have your parents ever told you that you should be a doctor or a lawyer? And I know parents mean the best, but if you only want to have a job by the income, then you shouldn't be doing that job. And picking a job based on primarily income, rather than taking our own feelings and opinions into consideration, we limit ourselves from doing things we might actually want to do. Instead, you should find something you genuinely enjoy and are passionate about. For me, that's singing, and it might be different for you. That's okay. Most colleges just want students who try their best, with dreams and aspirations they can work towards. While it's true that admission decisions include looking at your GPA, they also include looking at you. Through letters of recommendations, personal essays, extracurriculars, and the difficulty of classes you take. You don't necessarily need those perfect A's 24/7, 365 if you show that you care, because that's way better than any perfect A. Now, I chose this topic because my whole life I wanted to be a so-called Little Miss Perfect. So I got good grades, I became polite and sweet in my mannerisms. I practically changed my whole personality to try and fit in. And in doing this, I lost how I felt. It made me constantly worry about school, about how I look, about how others perceive me. It made me self-conscious, as if everyone was watching my every move and I couldn't afford to make a single mistake. It was then I realized that I didn't like who I'd become. I'd been so obsessed with perfection that I lost sight of who I really was. From then on, I started learning how to accept my mistakes, my quirks, and everything that makes me unique. One of my favorite exercises was to look into the mirror and pose as if I was an actual model. I looked crazy while doing it, but I had fun, and it helped boost my self-confidence. If you want, you can try it anytime you are feeling insecure, because I know I'm not the only person who wished they were perfect. It is said that in the general population, around 30% of people are perfectionists. That's 1/3 of you right now, maybe even more. So why? Why is that number so high? Why are we so obsessed with perfection? We all know it's okay to make mistakes, yet we still get embarrassed and almost ashamed when we do. And still, we envy those who seemingly have it all. All this does is create greater divide between us. And even now, in times when we are truly advocating for equality for all, we still worry about being perfect. When here's the thing, we're all just humans. Every day we will make mistakes, and we must accept that. We have errors, but with those errors, we have the gift of emotions. The same way you shouldn't let one bad emotion cloud all the positive ones. We shouldn't let errors keep us from trying. You are perfect just the way you are, and you don't have to change a single thing about yourself. So go out there, enjoy your life, do what makes you happy. Because the real perfection starts inside of you, and it lives inside all of you.
I am so amazed, and she was our last speaker too. Gloriane, you did a great job. All of our Power Talk speakers did amazing. I was super inspired, had a good laugh, and even teared up a little.
Me too, Nicole. After 8 weeks of training and working with mentors, it is so nice to see these young Power Talk speakers take the stage with such confidence in what they're saying and sharing their voices. This is what Power Talk is, and you have now just watched our first group on Epic Generation rock the stage.
I can't wait to see where Power Talk goes from here. I think our speakers have just encouraged a lot of more kids to speak up.
Agreed. Don't be afraid to share your voice and create your own Power Talk. But before we head off, Nicole, do you have any last pieces of advice for our young audience?
Remember to be yourself, love yourself, and find your passion, and listen to uplifting music.
Are you seeing this? Okay, I love that. After all the Power Talk, she is dancing, she is singing. Okay, look at that. Here we have it. We'll see you next time on Epic Generation Power Talk. Thank you for watching.